How do you retain key talent in an M&A integration? This is one area that remains a stubborn problem in most of the mergers and acquisitions. That's the question that we're going to take in today's video. Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about key retention in an M&A. My name is Anirvan Sen, and I'm an author, founder of Fifth Chrome, and also founder of the Promise Framework. So let's talk about the challenge that we face with key retention in mergers and acquisitions. The real challenge essentially is that when people talk about key retention, it usually boils down to managers giving a copy of their favorite employees. It is not necessarily based on principles, but about likes and dislikes, about biases and about prejudices. And that's why we have laid down principles on the basis of which we believe that the retention must be based on. So let's look at what are the few parameters or the principles that we want for key retention. So first one is key retention of those employees that bring in extraordinary amount of revenue. So these are your sales guys in most of the cases where they bring in more than their fair share of revenue for the organization. So these are the people that should be given priority when it comes to key retention. I mean, these are the people who will make sure that your organization is making money even when other employees have been made redundant. So that's the first group of people that we say must be retained. The second group of people we talk about are the people who have the technical know-hows. Their understanding of the products or the solution is so deep that without them, it is going to be very difficult to run your operations. They could be people who have expertise in supply chain, in manufacturing related to products. They may have extraordinary knowledge about their solutions. They could be solution design engineers, or they could be simply people who have a much deeper understanding of the IP. So that's your second group, where people who have extraordinary understanding of the operations. Third set of people are those ones who have a deep understanding of the regulatory affairs, of the certification requirements, of all of the rules and regulations that govern an industry. And these are the people who will protect your company from, one, ensuring that certifications, the regulatory requirements are kept up on time, and secondly, that whenever there is a regulatory change that's brought about, that they are able to incorporate them into your solution, into your product very, very quickly. But most importantly, these are the people who will protect your company from getting extraordinary fines if you fail to comply. These are the people who will ensure that all of the compliance requirements are taken into consideration. So that's your third group of people. The fourth group of people, we call them the influencers. We call them the people, the go-to people, whenever the organization faces a crisis. So these are the people, this is a part of a standard questionnaire where we ask, who are the people who are your go-to people whenever there's a crisis, whenever there's a problem? These people are not necessarily functional leaders. In fact, most of the cases, these influencers are number two or number three in a department, in a function. So these are the people who essentially know how an organization runs. They have a finger on the pulse of how an organization is run. And these are the people who are again critical for retention, because these are the people who make sure that the lights are kept on for your organization. So that's your fourth group of people. And then we talk about the fifth group, which are strategic fit for the future. So these are the people who have capabilities or abilities that could be a great fit for the future. Not necessarily today, but a great fit for the future. Because keep in mind that you are working towards the future as well. And these are essentially what we say the five principles or the five groups of people who must be retained in an M&A integration. The rest of the people, there could be high potentials that you need to retain, but it all depends on the kind of budget that you have. Because keep in mind that for retention, you will need to ensure that you put aside an amount of money that would be used for providing retention bonuses, etc. Retention is not a cheap maneuver. Retention needs investment, needs money, needs capital, and that's why the principles are important to be used. Outside of these five groups, and maybe sixth group, which is the high potential, rest everybody else or every other roles are negotiable. So that was it. Hope you found some value, and if you did find some value, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. And obviously, please help us spread awareness on this topic by sharing this video and sharing your comments on this video. So that's it for today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon with yet another question. Till then, take care and bye bye.